Gun owners across the United States are facing one of the most significant legal shifts in decades. In November 2025, major pistol law updates are taking effect in all 50 states. And if you own a firearm or plan to carry one, it's crucial to understand what these changes mean. These are not minor adjustments or local ordinances. These updates affect fundamental rights, licensing requirements, carry rules, and restrictions that could impact every responsible gun owner nationwide. Whether you are a longtime concealed carry permit holder or someone considering legal ownership for the first time, staying informed is essential because the rules you followed yesterday might not apply tomorrow. The November 2025 updates come at a critical time, as federal and state authorities have been revisiting firearm laws in response to recent Supreme Court decisions and changing legal interpretations. These new regulations are designed to streamline certain aspects of firearm ownership, but they also introduce new responsibilities and legal obligations for gun owners. Across the board, these changes touch on who can legally carry, where pistols can be transported, background check requirements, mandatory training courses, and even the documentation you need to maintain in case of law enforcement inquiries. For many Americans, this update represents both an opportunity and a challenge. The opportunity to exercise rights more clearly under the law, and the challenge of adjusting to stricter compliance measures in some states. One of the most important changes concerns concealed carry permits. Some states have revised their application processes, shortening waiting periods and expanding reciprocity agreements with neighboring states, allowing citizens to legally carry across state lines more easily than before. Meanwhile, other states are tightening permit rules, introducing mandatory training courses or updated safety certifications to ensure that those carrying firearms are well informed about proper handling and legal responsibilities. This means that while some gun owners will find it easier to exercise their Second Amendment rights, others will face additional steps to remain compliant with the law. Understanding the specific changes in your state is crucial, as failure to comply with updated regulations could result in fines, revocation of carry privileges, or even criminal charges. The update also impacts who is eligible to carry a pistol. Federal restrictions remain in place for individuals with felony convictions, certain domestic violence convictions, or mental health prohibitions. However, several states have clarified and expanded these definitions, making it clear that even minor infractions or unresolved legal matters could temporarily restrict an individual's ability to legally carry. At the same time, some states are moving to remove unnecessary barriers for first-time lawful owners, providing expedited processing for applicants who meet all safety and legal criteria. These reforms reflect a nationwide effort to balance public safety with constitutional rights, ensuring that lawful gun owners are protected while restricting access for those who pose a genuine threat. Transportation and storage regulations are also receiving updates in November 2025. Many states are emphasizing secure storage requirements when transporting pistols, especially in vehicles. Gun owners must now comply with new rules that specify how firearms must be unloaded, locked, or otherwise secured while in transit. Failure to adhere to these rules can result in penalties ranging from fines to criminal charges. These changes aim to reduce the risk of accidental discharge, theft, or misuse during transit. It's no longer enough to simply possess a legal firearm. Owners must demonstrate awareness and responsibility in how the weapon is carried and stored at all times. Training requirements are another critical component of the updated rules. Several states have introduced mandatory safety courses, ranging from a few hours to multi-day workshops, which cover legal responsibilities, firearm handling, and conflict avoidance strategies. Even if you already have years of experience, some states require refresher courses or updated certification to maintain compliance. This is particularly important for those carrying across state lines, as what constitutes legal training may differ from one jurisdiction to another. In essence, the law is evolving to ensure that gun owners not only have the right to carry, but also the knowledge and skills to do so safely. Background checks remain a cornerstone of the firearm regulatory system, but new requirements are streamlining and tightening this process. In some states, expanded background checks now incorporate more comprehensive databases, including local and federal criminal records, restraining orders, and pending cases that could impact eligibility. Other states are using these updates to reduce unnecessary delays for law-abiding citizens, integrating technology to quickly verify compliance and issue permits efficiently. The goal is clear: prevent firearms from falling into the wrong hands while reducing bureaucratic hurdles for responsible gun owners. Being aware of these changes is vital, as even minor oversights during a background check could result in a denial that affects your right to carry. Certain sensitive locations have seen revised carry rules. Courthouses, schools, government buildings, and places of public assembly now have specific language clarifying when and where firearms are prohibited. Many states have aligned these rules to be consistent with Supreme Court interpretations, reducing ambiguity and ensuring law enforcement can enforce restrictions fairly and uniformly. For gun owners, this means understanding not only general carry laws, but also the specific prohibitions that apply to each location. Ignorance of these updated restrictions is no longer a viable excuse for noncompliance. Reciprocity and cross-state carry rights have been a major focus of the November 2025 updates. Many states are expanding agreements to recognize permits issued in other jurisdictions, making it easier for travelers to legally carry while passing through different states. However, the specifics vary widely, and gun owners must verify whether their permit is recognized in every state they plan to enter. Failure to do so could lead to legal complications, fines, or even criminal charges. These updates reinforce the need for careful planning, awareness, and ongoing education for anyone exercising their right to carry beyond state lines. The updates also address technology and modern firearms. Some states are clarifying rules regarding firearm accessories, digital tracking of permits, and reporting requirements. This includes clarifications on magazine capacities, smart gun features, and digital storage of safety certificates. By incorporating modern technologies into the regulatory framework, states aim to balance innovation with safety, ensuring that legal ownership keeps pace with technological advancements while minimizing risk. For gun owners, this means staying current not only on legal requirements, but also on technological standards and reporting obligations. Public safety initiatives are woven into these updates. Many states are emphasizing voluntary training, awareness campaigns, and collaboration with law enforcement to reduce accidental discharges and misuse of firearms. These programs are designed to educate the public, improve responsible ownership, and ensure that firearm rights do not come at the expense of community safety. For gun owners, participation in these programs is not only a legal safeguard, but also a civic responsibility, demonstrating commitment to both personal rights and public welfare. Federal oversight interacts with state rules in important ways. While the Second Amendment guarantees certain rights, Federal laws on prohibited persons, interstate firearm transport, and background checks still apply. The November 2025 updates aim to clarify the interaction between federal and state laws, reducing confusion and ensuring compliance for all gun owners. Understanding these intersections is critical, as violations of federal law can carry severe consequences regardless of state-level compliance. Being informed and proactive is the best defense against unintentional legal violations. Economic implications of these updates are significant. Permit fees, training course costs, and compliance expenditures may shift depending on state-specific changes. Gun retailers, instructors, and range operators could experience increased demand as new requirements create a need for updated certifications and training. Similarly, legal professionals specializing in firearm law will likely see heightened demand for consultation as citizens navigate the evolving regulatory landscape. These changes are not just legal, they impact the economy, businesses, and the day-to-day lives of gun owners nationwide. The Supreme Court's influence cannot be understated. Many of these November 2025 updates are directly shaped by recent court rulings that clarify the scope of Second Amendment protections. States are responding by adjusting permit systems, carry restrictions, and training mandates to align with constitutional requirements. For gun owners, this underscores the importance of staying informed, not just about state laws, but about judicial interpretations that could redefine the legal landscape at any moment. Legal literacy is now as essential as firearm literacy for responsible ownership. Community awareness is another vital aspect. Local law enforcement agencies, civic groups, and firearm advocacy organizations are mobilizing to educate citizens on the changes. Workshops, informational campaigns, and online resources are being deployed to ensure gun owners understand their rights and responsibilities under the new laws. Engaging with these resources is critical as they provide practical guidance that goes beyond reading legal statutes, helping citizens navigate complex rules while exercising their rights responsibly. The updates also highlight the importance of documentation. Carrying proof of training, permits where required, and legal eligibility is now more critical than ever. Many states have introduced standardized digital certificates or mobile accessible verification systems to reduce paperwork and streamline compliance. Gun owners should familiarize themselves with these systems to ensure that they can demonstrate compliance quickly if questioned by law enforcement. Maintaining accurate records is not optional. It is a key component of lawful ownership under the new framework. For new gun owners, the updates provide clarity on pathways to legal possession. States are specifying minimum age requirements, training prerequisites, and documentation needed to purchase and carry a pistol legally. These clarifications reduce ambiguity for first-time owners, creating a more predictable legal environment and reducing the risk of accidental violations. At the same time, experienced owners must review the changes to ensure that ongoing compliance is maintained, as past practices may no longer align with current laws. In conclusion, the November 2025 pistol law updates represent a landmark moment for gun owners across the United States. They touch on concealed carry permits, eligibility, transportation, training, background checks, sensitive locations, reciprocity, technology, and federal-state interactions. The changes aim to balance the rights of responsible gun owners with the need for public safety, creating a regulatory framework that is clearer, more consistent, and more enforceable. For every firearm owner, these updates are more than legal texts. They are practical rules that govern how you exercise your rights every day. Staying informed, educated, and proactive is critical. Understanding the specifics in your state, preparing for new requirements, and engaging with training and community resources will ensure that you remain compliant while exercising your constitutional rights responsibly. Gun ownership in America has never been more regulated, yet also more empowered for those who act responsibly. The November 2025 updates mark a turning point, a nationwide shift that redefines expectations, responsibilities, and freedoms for gun owners. Knowing the rules, maintaining compliance, and taking advantage of available resources will be the difference between lawful ownership and legal complications. This is a historic moment for firearm rights, and the citizens of this country must rise to the occasion with awareness, preparation, and a commitment to responsible ownership.